What's up? It's your boy Hazy here, uh, also known as Who Killed Hazy, officially. That's no longer name. This short little segment, I guess I don't want to call it an episode because it isn't. I'm not talking about anything really. This right here will be serving as episode 0, actually, for the Only Rainy Days podcast. By the time you're hearing this, if I do everything properly, the first real episode where I do a proper introduction into what this podcast is, what I will be talking about, and things that I want to be able to do and my influences. All that should come out tomorrow, December 3rd. Learning How to Live for Yourself. That's the name of the title for episode 1. But yeah, welcome to the Only Rainy Days podcast. To get things to work smoothly and in my favor, I needed something to put up, to be honest. So I thought that I'd just record something a little bit smaller instead of just throwing up a snippet. That way we can just, talk. You can hear my voice and get used to it, because I already have a catalog of things that I will be releasing over time. I haven't figured out a schedule. And as time continues, I will continue to keep making more episodes and trying to talk about more things, whether it be in long form or short form. This is somewhat of a passion project, I guess, for me, honestly. It's an outlet, it's a passion project. It's something that I've wanted for a very long time, or at least something that I want to at least explore. And wherever it goes, it doesn't matter to me. It's something that I think about constantly. The point of this podcast, Only Rainy Days podcast, and a lot of my own personal endeavors has always been to spread the advocacy and the thoughts of focusing on your own mental health. It's something that I have dealt with on many occasions throughout my life, and I'm still very young. It's something that I see in all of my friends, something that I've realized very recently too, that even the people that look like they might not be dealing with something, they are dealing with something, or at least something has happened in the past. Rather, they have accepted it and moved forward, or they throw up a public facade because they don't want anyone to question what they've been through or how they feel. Everyone has their own story, and hearing everyone's story is something that I've always been interested in. And interested in one just because I've always wanted different viewpoints and standpoints on life itself, because I think it helps put my own views and my own thoughts and opinions in perspective. But on top of that, it's always come from a stance that I would call human decency, and I'll talk about that in a later episode. I have it written down already. But I think for the people that you consider your friends, people that you call your friends, you should talk to them and check in on them and actually be there for their actual well-being, and not just for whatever quote-unquote benefits you get from knowing them necessarily. If you only were around someone just for the benefits, then I don't understand why you call them a friend. They're just a contact, a relationship that you have. People have business contacts, but you wouldn't call a business contact a friend. You would just say, I know this person for X, Y, and Z, and that's it. But if you're going to call someone a friend, I am a firm believer in the fact that you should at least check in on them. So I don't usually go that far in depth when it comes to talking about how I define friends, but some people will look at me and be like, no, you just don't have a lot of friends. And in my mind, I'm just like, no, I think I have a very sufficient amount of friends. You think you have a lot of friends because you consider every person that you're cordial with to be a friend. And when in reality, you probably only have less friends than me, because you don't check in on them. It's not that necessarily that they don't care, but you don't take any actions to show the fact that you care. I think showing that you care about someone's well-being and how they move forward in life is how you really prove that you're a true friend. And whether that be calling them out on what they're doing wrong, or supporting them through whatever they want to do, or dealing with, it doesn't really matter what it is. But the actual action itself of trying to help someone progress through life is what really makes you a friend. It doesn't have to make you a best friend, a great friend, whatever. I just think that's the common line for being a friend to someone. Otherwise, you're just cordial with each other, and you guys just happen, you're peers. You just happen to know each other, and that's that. Which I have a lot of peers too, so it's not like it's a bad thing either. But being able to see the difference is what I think is very important, because some people will just call others their friends, and their quote unquote friend can just be drowning in some of the worst circumstances they have dealt with up to that point in life. And they feel like they can't turn to anyone because their quote unquote friends aren't the people that they can feel like they can lean on. You're not a friend if someone feels like they can't lean on you. In any regard, they don't have to throw all their weight on you, but if you're going through it and someone asks you, is everything alright? And you feel like you need to lie necessarily, and not just because you just enjoy saving face, but you just feel like talking to them about how you feel won't actually get you somewhere, that's not a real friend. Simply put, that's just how I see it. I believe that is common human decency to check in on the people that you call your friends, and trying to be someone that can be there for them if they can't stand on their own. And now that I speak that out loud, I think that's a pretty actually decent snippet into an episode that I plan to record in the future about that type of concept. But that's just a little insight into what this little passion project of mine is. So yeah, my name is Hazy. I go by Who Killed Hazy on most, if not all, handles. Twitter, Twitch. Check out my Twitch. I don't use my Instagram under that account, but I do have a name on Instagram on that account. Go check that out. If you're interested in keeping up with the podcast and some of my own personal endeavors, go to my Twitch. In my Twitch bio, you'll find a link to my Discord. My Discord is a conjunction of both. It is both my personal hub for Who Killed Hazy and all of those endeavors, as well as the official Only Rainy Days podcast Discord. So I would heavily recommend checking out. I'm always trying to build it out, figure out what can I do more in there. I'm trying to get more engagement. I want it to be something. But even if it's nothing, I mean, I'll just forever be a guy that is just speaking into a microphone on the internet. And I hope that any person that runs across it learn something from it, or at the very least finds their own thoughts and beliefs challenged. Because only when you have your own thoughts and beliefs challenged is when you can truly realize just how firm you stand in